Good morning, everybody. Morning, morning. Oh, good. We got a greeting audience. I don't always get a greeting audience. Some mornings they look at me. Others they'll turn sideways in their chairs as I start, and then they look at me like this. Okay, it just depends on the day. I don't know, but I'm glad to have you all with us this morning on a Saturday. I'm going to try and make it worthwhile. It is your Saturday morning after all. Thank goodness it's the long weekend, though. Guys, thanks for tuning in as well around the country. Excited to see how many people are tuning in these days from around the country. KZN, Limpopo, and Mpumalanga, Eastern Cape, Western Cape. We've got people watching everywhere, so it's great to have you with us this morning as well. We're going to be running through DuePoint. That's why you're here this morning. DuePoint you've never heard of, probably before this morning or before the person who brought you here told you about it, and you're going to understand better why at the end of this presentation. But let's start by saying that DuePoint is in fact a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. That's why you haven't heard of us. We are not a company, we're a division of a company. Now this company, Constantia, has been in South Africa since 1952. That's when it was first registered. 66 years old this year, 67 next year, nearly 7 decades old, and in the industry of South Africa. It's homegrown South African, it's made up of South Africans, and you can see and find everything about us online and of course in this building. Go online, you've got two places to go to. First of all, we listed on the JSE, so go to the JSE's website and look for us under Conduit Capital. And then secondly, you can find us on the FSCA's website, where we are, of course, a licensed long and short-term insurance company and a registered financial services provider. Oh, good morning. It's Bill saying hi to me from the US, as usual. Let's move that out the way. There we go. Sneeze. So folks, go and look us up there. Be confident with who you're dealing with here at DuePoint. We say this because, of course, people are always worried about the next thing that they hear about. There are too many of these things that blow in from offshore and come in, take our money, and then run away. And so most people automatically get resistant against anything that doesn't sound in the ordinary. Folks, I want you to be comfortable with who you're dealing with. We are a real business. We're made up of real people, real offices, and it's all here in South Africa. You can find us Monday through Saturday here in this building. Those of you who are fortunate enough to be here this morning can see the building that we're in. This is just one of our offices. I was showing you pictures before that of our head office. And those of you looking through the camera lens, I can assure you it's Saturday morning and we're all quite real here. But if you are in another province and would like to come and see us at any stage when you're up here, come through Monday through Saturday and come meet us. This is one of the only companies I know of in South Africa where you can actually meet the executive team and the management and the staff every day of the week, Monday through Saturday. You don't have to try and guess who they are or look at funny pictures on the internet to see if you can find them. No, we're right here. We're here for you, and we want you to be confident this morning in DuePoint and what it is that we do. So what it is that we do is, well, we've got two objectives. Our primary objective here at DuePoint is to create wealth in the hands of South Africans. At the moment, South Africans have lost control of their personal economies. This we know for certain. I used to sing this song, and I didn't have any newspaper articles or economists to write and back me up. Now they're writing like crazy. Every day I pick up the newspaper, they're saying the same thing. South African citizens no longer control their own economy. Any one of you who's full-time employed will know you can't control your income, can you? Can you go tomorrow, can you go on Tuesday and go back in and earn more than you did on Friday? You can just get out there and just earn more, you know, or go into your boss's office and say we need a raise and I need a raise every month going forward. No, none of us in South Africa have control today. No matter what title or position you hold, you've lost control of your income. Interestingly enough, you've also lost control of your expenditure. Now that's something, you know, some people are very disciplined with their expenditures and no, I haven't lost control of my expenditure, I look after my expenditure very well. Yes, but if they keep putting the petrol price up, then you can't control your expenditure. They've done it 5 times already, and the 6th time is on its way. We're going to have 6 petrol price increases this year. Also, they put VAT up. How do you stop that? Everything you buy has now just got more expensive. 6, 7 taxation increases in 1 year. None of us are in control of our economy anymore. None of us. We've lost it. And so what do? Well, a lot of us will run out and try and find a second income. Well, how do we normally find that second income? Well, we go to all the places where people say, well, I need you to sell something for me. Sell the pots, sell the pans, sell the toiletries, the cleaning agents, the vitamins, the whatever it might be. Sell it, and when you sell it, I'll pay you in that moment that you sell it. Sometimes it can be quite attractive. You sell the pot, I'll give you 450 Rand. Okay, but does that change your personal economic position? Does it put you back in control again? Well, we know that it doesn't, because otherwise all of you wouldn't be here this morning. You'd be making money somewhere else. The problem is when you have what I call cash in transit second incomes, you're only making money when you're selling. Well, what about in the months when you're not selling? What about the months when you're sick or overworked at work or away on holiday? What about the months when your friends just won't buy from you anymore? Then your income's gone. Most of you, I would imagine, have already experienced this at some point, where you've been involved in something like that and it just does not ever get traction. Well, here at DuePoint, we're in the business of creating wealth. Now, what is wealth? Well, it's not the selling of pots and pans. It is creating a recurring, monthly, steadfast income. One that is there every month, whether you're selling or whether you're not, whether you have time or whether you don't. It is an income that is there always. This is the big, big difference between DuePoint and everything else. You never have to sell anything here. Instead, you always work on creating this wealth that is growing and there every single month. If we can do that for you, we can plug you and unplug you out of the financial systems that are in South Africa today that are basically killing us slowly. You know them. Debt is one of them. There are other things that we use, but debt's probably the main one. It is completely and utterly strangling every single one of us at the moment. Why? Because again, we don't have control over our expenditure. Our income is getting smaller, our expenditure is rising, and there's this gap between, and we bridge it with debt. And that debt bridge is going to collapse at any minute. So let's replace it. Let's replace it with something we can control. Let's create something that creates wealth and creates an income that's there, that's ours, not somebody else's, that we don't have to pay back, and who won't come and take our assets to settle the balance. That's what we want to do here at DuePoint. Our second objective, ladies and gentlemen, is to get people involved, South Africans involved again in the financial services sector. I think that most people don't understand the value of what I say when I talk about this secondary objective. Folks, right now there is so much legislation being passed around the financial services sector that no South African is ever going to be able to be involved in it. You guys know. You've got to have such high levels of qualification and experience these days. I just recently have been applying for another financial services provider license for us, and I went through an entire document called Fit and Proper. I don't know if any of you have heard of that term, Fit and Proper. These days, if you wish to be in the financial services industry, down to just a salesperson, you need to be fit and proper. Well, Fit and Proper is now an entire document of things, and it will be annually reviewed by the regulator. All that is happening is that South Africans cannot participate in the financial services sector. So we believe here at DuePoint that we've created a system that lets you all back in again, completely legally and in a way that will create an opportunity for South Africans to really plug in to what is probably the largest sector in our economy right now. Those two objectives put together, and we created what we call the DuePoint system. It's the reason why you're here this morning. The DuePoint system allows you as individuals in South Africa to contract with us as what we call wealth engineers. As wealth engineers, no selling. No selling of products, never, ever again are you going to talk about our products, ever. Because you don't have to. We've freed you from all of that nonsense, okay? There's no advertising or marketing that you're going to have to do. And there's no advice. You don't have to give advice to people, recommendation, all gone. As a wealth engineer, you're given one task here, just one thing. We want you to go out and connect everybody you know to us. That's all. Connect people to us, we will do the work. When you connect people to us, you give us, the insurance company, the opportunity to expand our market share and create greater revenues. When we do that, we can create for you that extra recurring income. This is not an employment opportunity. We're not hiring you all up this morning to come and do a job for us. No, no, no. That's not what we do. What we're wanting is just connection. That connection allows us to facilitate the purchase of our products. Our products are financial services and lifestyle products. They run on debit orders. You don't run back to your friends once you've connected them to us every month to beg them to buy again. No, our debit orders raise automatically every single month. Christmas, Easter, your birthday, long weekends, they raise. And when they raise, your income comes in every single month. You never had to go and convince anybody to do anything here. We know as well that you're busy people. We know that. I was talking to some guests yesterday at our presentation yesterday. I said, no, but we're so busy. And I said to them, welcome to the club. Welcome to the South African club of I've got no time, I'm too busy. Folks, every one of us is absolutely overrun with our work. I love it. How many of you's job is making you rich right now? Are you getting rich right now? Off your jobs? No. You're not getting rich off your jobs. Nobody gets rich off their jobs. Okay, maybe like a little 0.5% right at the top. But the rest of us are not getting richer. We're getting poorer. Every year we're poorer at our jobs. Inflation is way beyond the increase that you're getting every year, which means that you're actually physically poorer every day. But how many hours a week are you pouring into your jobs? How many hours? Now we say, yeah, you know, I'm contracted for 40 hours. Pfft, nobody works 40 hours. We work 60 hours. We work 80 hours. We work 100 hours. You know, we pour it in there like crazy to this thing that's making us poorer. That's what, you know, when we talk about indoctrination, that's what indoctrination is. You've all been indoctrinated into believing that this is what you've got to do. You've got to have a job. You've got to work really hard. You've got to be super loyal to your own detriment. To your own detriment. That's what you've been indoctrinated to believe. That's where we are. Now at DuePoint, we understood that. We understood that you didn't have a lot of time. We understood that it was going to be difficult for you to free time up to do anything else. So we built it into our system. Remember, this is a homegrown South African company. This is not coming in from America or Russia or China, where they have no clue how our economy and culture works. No, we built it here. And in our system here at DuePoint, we've created a way for you to leverage others so that the others are able to create income for you 24 hours a day. What this does is it means that ultimately we're actually able to start buying your time back. That would be an interesting freedom. We always talk, you hear people talk about financial freedom. Well, wouldn't it be nice if you had time freedom? Again, you didn't have to go to work every day. You didn't have to get up at 3, 4, 5 in the morning to try and get to work. Wouldn't that be nice? Because you have leveraged others that create the income and the wealth for you. We build that into our system, and so the excuse of I don't have time is eradicated in our system here at DuePoint. Everybody has enough time to do DuePoint with us here. Folks, we've also built it so that you don't have to pay anything to be involved. You see, all the systems that you've heard of up until now want you to pay something up front, don't they? They want fees, they want your cash. I see them on WhatsApp. Well, I saw one the other day. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but I'll get in trouble if I say it anyway. But there was this table in the WhatsApp group, and in the table it said, if you contribute 5 grand, we can make it 250,000 rand in 90 days. And if you contribute 10 grand, we can make it 500,000 in 90 days. Everything's always 90 days. We always want it right now. Want it right now. And you know what happened? Everybody in that WhatsApp group got poorer because they went and they put their 5 grand, their 10 grand, their 20 grand in, and they never saw a cent after 90 days. Just the guy who'd sent the WhatsApp out who left the country with all your money. Folks, this is why we hate these sorts of things. And so here, again, understanding the context and the circumstances in South Africa, we built a system that you don't pay to be a wealth engineer. You don't pay to use our system. Here, there's no starter fee that we're going to ask for this morning. There's no starter kit you're going to buy, starter manuals, no application forms that you're going to buy. Folks, you're not going to pay a monthly fee or admin fee for using our system. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer here, and you pay no additional premium to use this tool. So today is not a financial risk decision for you. In addition, because you're not selling, and guys, you have to remember that, no selling, no talking at all about our products. You're free from that nonsense. And no advertising. You're not intermediaries, you're not brokers, you're not agents, you're not salespeople, you're not representatives, you're not independent advisors. I've seen all of this. You're not any of these things. You've got one task, just connecting people. And as a result, every one of you can do it. Everyone, every single South African can be a wealth engineer with us here at DuePoint. No qualification or experience required. That means that everybody in South Africa is able to build an asset. That's something we don't build in South Africa is assets. What are assets? Assets are things that you can price and sell. It's some things like a car. When you've got a car, you can price it and you can sell it. Here, this channel of income you're going to produce, you can price in the DuePoint system and you can sell it. And in addition, when you pass away one day, it will automatically be handed over to your children. And your children will earn the income that you produced during your lifetime. They'll also be able to take that asset and grow it if they want. This is a generational wealth legacy system that we've built here. We've been around for 7 decades, guys. We don't think about just right now. You know, that's what we've done as South Africans for too long. We've been in survival mode, naturally. We've been in survival mode. And so we've just thought about, how do I survive? Now we're starting to say, no, we need to change the economy for us, and we need to change the economy for our children and our grandchildren. That's what we build here at DuePoint. And then we've built the system in a way that you can be proud of it. For many people, direct selling is something they are completely and utterly horrified about and embarrassed by. When I talk to my peers, they would rather sleep under a bridge in a cardboard box than do direct selling. Now, generally, they just haven't thought through that statement, but nonetheless, it indicates the level of embarrassment they feel. Why? Because of what's come before. You arrive at somebody's house, and you thought you were coming over for a braai, And the next minute you herded into their lounge and they're pulling out the milkshakes and the pills and they want you to join the business of, oh my goodness. And so you get embarrassed and you go, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. Well, fantastic. We eradicated every reason for being embarrassed here at DuePoint, and we replaced it with the highest quality and standards so that you can be proud of being a wealth engineer and the task of being a wealth engineer here at DuePoint. No selling, no products, no presentations. You are never ever going to have to give a presentation. Only Rob and I do it. We use our technology to be in your pocket 24 hours a day. You are never ever going to have to do a presentation or convince someone to do or be a wealth engineer at DuePoint. That's our job here, not yours. We leave you with 4 things to do to connect people with us. Just 4 things. Your task is simple. It is just connection. How do you connect individuals to us? Well, firstly, you can go and buy one of our USB sticks. It's 170 Rand. And for 170 Rand, you now have on our memory stick every presentation you need to connect somebody to us. Plug it in the TV or computer any time of the day. You push play, you've got us. Guys, this is for people who struggle with the cost of data. This is an online business. And so if you're struggling with the cost of data, today buy the USB sticks. No excuses. Some people still come to me and say, Brendan, I wish you had paper applications. I don't wish I had paper applications. Why would you want paper applications? First of all, you've got to buy them because I've got to pay to print them, so now you've got to buy them. You've got to fill them out manually. You then got to fax them or post them or walk them back to us. We then have to data capture them, which we'll do wrong. Okay? Why would you want that? No, because nobody's on smartphones. Everybody's on smartphones. I saw an article yesterday. There are 1.4 cell phones per person in South Africa today. That means all of you have got 40% of an extra cell phone in your pockets today. There are more cell phones in South Africa than people. If you find the one poor sod who doesn't have a cell phone, he's not worth signing up. He's stuck in the 1980s. Okay? Everybody's got to say, nobody wants paper application forms. But if you struggle with the cost of data, get the USB stick. Get it today. Call client services, will have it delivered to you if you're out of town. Folks, the second way of connecting people to us is here in the studio audience. You can see you here with us this morning. We do this 7 times a week, Monday through Saturday. Night times, lunch times, mornings. You look at our schedule, pick the one that works for you, and come through with your guests. We do the presentation to you. Third way of connecting people to us is through our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is the heart of this business. If you've never used YouTube, today you start using YouTube. Okay? You've got to jump on there, search for DuePoint channel, and you will find every presentation we've ever done. This means that you are free from this office. You do not ever have to come back here because you've got us in your phone anywhere in the country, any time of the day, any day of the year. You can be in Springbok, the Western Cape. It's Northern Cape. Northern Cape, Springbok. Uppington, where they're doing the land speed record. You can stand next to them while they're doing the land speed record and go, Oaks, you need more money for this car. Come check this. That's all you need to do. Anywhere, anytime in the country. This is a nationwide business because YouTube is everywhere. And you simply push play and you're showing people. People say to me, Brendan, how do I convince people to come to DuePoint? You don't convince them at all. You walk up to them and say, you need more money. Yes, I need more money. Click. No, these things, show me a summary. No problem. Here's one. Click. Someone said to me, is there only the 60-minute presentation? No, there's the 2-minute presentation, the 16-minute presentation, the 20-minute presentation, the 30-minute one, the 44-minute one, the 46-minute one, the 52-minute one, the 94-minute one. You can find any length of presentation you want on our YouTube channel, from 2 minutes to an hour and a half. So all the people say, no, I want to know about the products. You go, no problem. Click. They're the products, individual, together, whatever you like, everything you need. This is a nationwide business. You do not need to come to this office to do this business. And then people say, no, but if I don't take them to the office, they don't believe you're real. Well, then tell them to stop using Google and Facebook. Because they haven't been to Google's head office. And they haven't been to Facebook's head office. Why are they using those products? Huh? Why? No. This is not the 1990s. This is 2018, nearly 2019. Here, when you look at the internet, you find everything you need to know that we're legit. You can actually look at my face live every day of the week. That's the 4th way to connect people to us. We broadcast live out of this building 7 times a week. That's what we're doing right now. Across the nation, if you want to be live in the room with us, you don't want to see a pre-recorded thing, you want to be here live with us. No problem. You pick up your phone, you push the DuePoint live stream button, and you are in the room with us 7 times a week. You're stuck at work, you're in a different province, you're stuck at home, or you're in a coffee shop and you want to go, look, here's Brendan live right now. You can pick your phone up, your tablet up, your computer, click play, and you're there with us. That's what we do here at DuePoint. We give you content 24 hours a day so that you don't have to be doing that work with us. What's making that noise, Patrick? What do you think? The grinding coffee outside. All right, folks. When you connect people to us, obviously now, some of the people you connect are going to want to become wealth engineers like you are. When they do, we allocate them to you and your channel begins. These individuals are going to go out and do the same thing. They're going to connect people to us. That's the only task they've got to do. They connect them. When they do, some become wealth engineers. Again, we allocate them to you and your channel starts to grow. This process repeats itself and repeats itself as your channel spreads out across the country. Having created a channel for us, we as DuePoint come along, not you, DuePoint, and we facilitate the purchase of our products into your channel. And out of the blue, all of a sudden, without you having to have sold a single thing, your income is born here at DuePoint. Now, folks, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a shape. It's not an anything. This is a genuine wealth creation company. We create permanent wealth here. But in order to create genuine permanent wealth, well, then it's going to come with a little bit of work. We say here the price for wealth at DuePoint is time. We're going to need your time. You're going to have to put some time into the creation of wealth. This is where I lose a lot of South Africans. South Africans are unwilling to put their time in. No, you must just pay me. Well, I can't just pay you. You've got to do something to get that payment. We need people who are going to put time and effort and energy into the construction of their wealth here at DuePoint. We don't take your money. So we're not taking your money, but we are going to take your time. Ultimately, our system will buy your time back as well. But to start with, we're going to have to get you to put time in. Those of you who do, you allow us to start the process. We start with the facilitation of the purchase of our products. We have 4 products. Our first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It costs 324 Rand a month, and for 324 Rand a month, you get 2 independent products. Your first is your very own tax-free investment account, and the second is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand out of that 324 every month, just 100 Rand, and we put it into your investment account for you. This means you've started building an asset with us before you've even started constructing your channel. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month. That's it. 249 Rand a month. And for that, you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. No maximum age limits, no waiting periods, and no medical examinations. Everybody and anybody can take this product and be in your channel creating wealth for you and for themselves here at DuePoint. Then our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Cover. It starts at 299 Rand a month. It also comes with 2 elements. The first one is funeral cover. You can get 20 or 30,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. You can add 5 to 10 family members to your plan. And then secondly, it comes with 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover. This means when the principal member dies, we settle 10,000 Rands worth of their debt so that you do not need to. And then our fourth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. Our Wealth Points Buyers Club, ladies and gentlemen, starts at 299 Rand a month. That gives you membership to our club. That membership opens up for you access to all of our suppliers, retail stores, data manufacturers, motor manufacturers, travel agencies, gyms, entertainment, all sorts of stuff designed to reduce your expenditure every month. If you use these products correctly, the benefits are untold. Go to our website, go to our YouTube channel, watch the videos. On this product alone, there must be 4 videos that you can watch. One's 3 minutes long, one's 9 minutes long, and I think one's 30 minutes long, telling you how to use this product to maximize your benefit. Go and watch those videos. If you struggle to read, that's not a problem. Every one of our products has a full review video that you can watch, but you can also download the full product documents from our websites as well. Folks, how would we normally get you to connect? How would we normally move these products? What we'd normally do is we'd advertise to you, wouldn't we? You guys know the big name brands, Liberty, Old Mutual, Clientele, etc. Why? Because you've seen their adverts everywhere. TVs, billboards, radio station adverts. You hear them and see them all the time. They spend hundreds of millions on those adverts every single year. How do they pay for that? Well, they make you pay for it. And your premiums, your monthly bank fees, your car insurance, your funeral cover, 30 to 50% of your monthly payment every month goes to next month's advertising. You're paying for it. Now here at DuePoint, we do zero advertising. That's why you've never heard of us before this morning. We do zero advertising. You are never going to see an advert for DuePoint. What do? We use you. We use you to go out and connect individuals to us. And because we use you, we do not need to pay SABC, DSTV, Prime Media, etc., etc. Those hundreds of millions we would have had to pay. Instead, we redirect them to you and your channel, and your wealth is born. It starts with our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment in your channel paid every month, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made. So you go out, you chat to some of your friends. They become wealth engineers, pay for their products, and you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand every month for every product. Now again, remember I told you I've heard of all these other ones. Oh, 450 Rand for selling the pot, blah, blah, blah. That's all once off. Remember, we don't do cash in transit here. What we create is that permanent income. That 55 Rand comes in every single month. Did you have to run back and beg your friend to buy again? No, because the debit order raises every single month. And as it's paid, your money comes in. Now, if they take 2 products, you get 110 Rand. If they take 3 products, you get 165 Rand. If they take 4 products, you get 220 Rand. This is control. This is being back in the driver's seat of your own personal economy. Now, these guys go out, they're going to talk to some of their friends, some will become wealth engineers, pay for their products again and again. You're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. Look at this example. You've been here 5 minutes, you've done hardly anything, 5 people. That's what you've been responsible for, and you are earning just under 1,000 Rand a month. That's 12,000 Rand a year. You haven't quit your job, you haven't changed your life, you're still too busy, but you're earning an extra 1,000 Rand a month. Legitimately, not to some Yangtze River company that's going to disappear in 5 minutes with your cash. Legitimately, permanently, coming in every month, that extra $1,000. Now you put a little bit more time, a little bit more energy into the construction of your channel. You'll continue to earn, but now on a diminishing basis down to the 8th point. But you're not limited to the 8th point. Your channel can then grow beyond that. You will always earn 4% of R27.50 for every product payment beyond the 8th point, as long as you qualify to earn. Go watch our training videos, and you will see how we've created generational legacy here. You will see how when you finish building your channel, you hand it over to your children, they can carry on building it. 50 points, 100 points. And they can earn on every single product payment in their entire channel where they qualify to earn. This is a business that has untold and unlimited benefit to the average South African at practically no financial risk. I mean, I've said to people, there's no risk in becoming a wealth engineer. And I'm willing to debate that. There's no risk. Your worst case scenario is you get a fully contracted financial services product. That's your worst case scenario. You lose nothing. Your cash doesn't go into some black hole where it disappears. Here at DuePoint, it's about making a decision to change your circumstances. What is that payment then? I said the payment here is time. What does it look like? We mapped it out. We said, what would the pay? You have got no time. You've got no time. So you can do hardly anything because you're working 100-hour weeks. Fantastic. All right, let's work it out. So we did a whole lot of mathematics, and we came up with a growth rate formula that suits every South African. We call it the 3+2 growth rate formula. It says in your first month, you've got no time to do this business. So the best you can do is 3 people. That's it. 3 people in an entire month. That's your 3. If you can put 3 people on your first point in your first month with us, and then you can do +2, 2 people every month thereafter. You've got even less time in the months that come after. Just 2 people every month thereafter. If you can do that, well, then we can start plotting out what we think you can earn at DuePoint. Let's look at it. As you pay the price of time, what do we think you could reasonably expect to be earning? Well, we reckon if you do that, 3 in month 1, +2, +2, +2, after 6 months, you'll be on 2,500 Rand a month. You've been doing hardly anything, 2 people a month. And after 6 months, you're earning 30,000 Rand a year out of DuePoint. I know this is not like what you saw in the WhatsApp group that said, give me 2,000 Rand, I'll make it 250,000 Rand in 90 days. Yeah, because that wasn't real. And it wasn't permanent. This is real, and it's permanent. You are now permanently in a situation where you're getting 2,500 Rand extra in the middle of every month. I saw in the Facebook group, we paid this month's payments as we do every month and have for the years and years we've been here. And some of the guys posted and said, hey, I got paid today, it's so awesome. And one of the guys says, please provide proof of payment. I was like, this is awesome. Yes, upload it. Please upload your in contact. I'm happy. I'm so happy that someone asked that. Why? Because everywhere else you go, they promise they're going to pay you all these wonderful things. You see them standing next to the Range Rover and the Ferrari, and they're in the shop with the 30,000 rand handbag. But when you go to them and say, can we see the in contact? There's nothing there. We had a chap who came in here about 2 weeks ago, and he was walking in, you know, he's got that swagger. And he walks in, and he goes, I don't need to be here because I earn 600,000 rand a week at my other network. I was like, 600,000 rand a week? Man, you're earning more than the CEO of Eskom. And, and he says, and he goes, and then he sits in the presentation. He's got his crossed arm down the nose, look at me the whole presentation. At the end, he signs up. And I'm like, this is amazing. You signed up at DuePoint when you're earning 600,000. He said, no, actually, I only got 30 rand last week.
That's what gives the industry.
That's exactly right. That is what gives us the stigma that we do. He was lying. He was lying. And you can see, because in all the pictures that he was at, he was in the Range Rover shop. He wasn't at home with his Range Rover. He was in the Ferrari shop. He wasn't actually there. And we don't do any of that here. I'm not going to lie to you today. After 6 months of work, you're going to be on 2,500 rand, not 250,000 rand. You're going to be on 2,500 rand a month. Now, if you continue on that path at +2, nothing more than 2 people every month, then after a year, you're going to be on 9,000 to 10,000 rand a month. But what's a 9,000 to 10,000 rand every single month in 1 year's time? It's 120,000 rand a year. How does that change your personal economy? Completely. Completely. Every one of you in here, I don't think would be hurt by an extra 10 grand a month. I can only imagine that you'd all be absolutely remarkably changed by an extra 10. And you've got to do it for a year. Not there. You don't quit there. No, I spoke to 20 people and nobody did anything. Yeah, the first 20 are not going to do anything. The first 40, you might find 2 people that do something. You know, out of 40. The first 80 people, you might find 4 or 5 that do something. But it only takes 4 or 5 people for the maths to work. All of a sudden, the 4 or 5 people are making you money. And you quit because in the first 20 you spoke to, they laughed at you, and only one guy did something. Guys, what was your responsibility here at DuePoint? It was just to connect people. That was it. Your responsibility was not to ensure they pay. Your responsibility was not to ensure they duplicate. Your responsibility was just to keep connecting. And if you keep connecting, the payment of time works the maths for you. And the math starts creating the wealth. If you do it for 2 years, you're going to be earning 27,000 to 30,000 rand a month with us here. That puts you in the top 30% of earners in the country right now after 2 years. Not 2 months, not 2 weeks, after 2 years. After 3 years, you're up to 40,000 to 45,000 rand a month. After 4 years, it's 60,000 to 65,000 rand a month. And if you can get to 5 years with us, of that +2, just persistently adding people, you'll be on 80,000 to 100,000 rand a month with us. That's what they put on Facebook. Oh, you'll be on 100,000 rand after 90 days. No. Here we say we need 5 years. 5 years, and you'll not only be on 80,000 to 100,000 rand a month, you'll be on it permanently. Not cash in transit when you're selling the pots. Permanent wealth. That is the difference between us and everybody else. But you're going to have to put 5 years in, guys. Not 5 months, not 5 weeks, 5 years. You've spent it on your careers easily. How many multiples of 5 years have you spent on your careers already? But you're going back on Tuesday. You're going back. Smiling and happy. Yes, sir. No, sir. And now I say to you, you've got to give me 5 years. You're going, oh, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like a long time. No, it's nothing. It's nothing. You're not going to quit your jobs to do this, guys. You're going to do this while you've got your jobs. That's what you're going to build. Somewhere along there, you'll quit your job because you'll be like, bugger this. I'm not waking up at 5 in the morning anymore. I get 30 grand a month from DuePoint. Guys, we put different people on stage here every month. 2 or 3 people a month. Out of all the people we pay, we select a small sample, but we want to show you what people are doing. Some people are doing badly, some doing well, some doing medium. We show you them all here. We don't hide anything from you. This month we had Renee and Henny on stage with us. They've been with us for about half a year now. Started very slowly, a little skeptical. They were like, I'm busy, circumstances of life, blah, blah, blah. You know, the normal, I'm not doing the business because I'm not doing the business. But after a couple of months, they started seeing the in-contacts coming in, you know, in the phone, in-contacts coming in. And they saw it come in month after month. And they went, geez, this thing actually works. And then the last couple of weeks, they've gone, sure, but we need to get serious about this business now. And they have. They were very serious. In the last couple of weeks, they built themselves an income of $1,600. When I spoke to Renee, I don't know, 2 Fridays ago, she said to me, Brendan, I've now got the goal, because I believe, she said to me, I've been 19 years as an estate agent. 19 years. I was the top performing estate agent in my company in my area for nearly 20 years, and I have nothing to show for it. Because that's the estate agency business, isn't it? You make the sale, you get your cash in transit, and then it's gone. It transits through your wallet. That's why it's cash in transit. It just zoom through, and it's gone. And you're down to naught. Beginning of the next month, you start at scratch again. Okay? That's cash in transit. She said no. She's going to spend the next 19 years building an income that's there every single month for herself. So she now says, I'm going to talk to 30 people a day. I was like, wow, okay, that's crazy. She wants to connect 8 people a week to DuePoint. Hey, I said, you only have to do 2. Don't get ahead of yourself. She said, no, I'm going to do 8 a week. Okay, that's crazy. 24 people a month. Awesome. That 1,600 is going to become 16,000 very, very quickly at that rate. We then put Donnie on stage. He's with us in the audience today. You can chat to him afterwards. And we asked him, how did he get to his first 1,000 products? Okay, now that seems a bit strange. Well, in our system, we've got this thing called Rank 9. We'll talk about it a bit later on. You have to have 1,000 products to go Rank 9 here. 1,000 paid products in your channel. That's a lot. And we said to him, how did you get there when you did your first 1,000 products? And it took him 16 months to get there. And we said, seems pretty quick. Most people take longer to get to 1,000 products. And he said, all right, well, all I did in the beginning is I just got started. His first month, he introduced 1 person. He also missed my presentation. He was meant to do 3, but he just put 1 in, okay? But after the first one, he became a bit of a believer. He understood the system. It seemed to work. People were catching the vision. So he went out and he averaged 5 people a month thereafter. Not 50, not 100, not, you know, just, it's easy. It's 5 people a month. That's 1 person a week. He just averaged 1 person a week for the next 15 months. That's around about 75, 80 people that he spoke to over 16 months. And out of the 80 people, he should have quit after 90 days. Hey, Donnie, you should have quit. Why? Because only 13 did anything. The other, I don't know, 70, they were like, no, this doesn't work. I'm tired. I'm busy. I'm important. I know, you know, all of that stuff, you know. But 13 caught the vision, and that 13 took him to 1,217 paid products. Do you see how time and numbers work in our system? You're going to put 20 people in, and they're not going to do anything for you. Keep putting them in. 80 people down, you found 13 that get this business and build it. Can you find 13 people? But there's a big pile of people lying on the ground. You've got to dig through them and find the 13 that are going to make this business work for you. That's your job here at DuePoint. You just keep connecting them to us. Then we had Patrick and Pumi up. They were here. They got to 1,000 products in 11 months. Now, what are you earning at 1,000 products? About 20 to 30,000 rand. So remember I said it would take about 2 years to get to 27,000 rand? 11 months. 11 months. You see, it's up to you. You control this outcome. You're back in control. How did they do it in 11 months? Well, they put 14 people in their first month, not 1, 14. And then every month thereafter, they averaged 8. 8 people every month, okay? Not 2. Remember, 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. 8 plus 8 plus 8. And what that did is it accelerated the whole process. And after 11 months, they were on 20 to 30,000 rand a month. Now, 8 people might be like, oh, man, that is a lot of people. I can't do that. It's 2 people a week. It's 2 people a week. It's not exactly thousands and thousands. It's 2 people a week. You will decide what you do with the DuePoint system for yourself. You're in control. That's our objective, remember, is to put you back in control. Now, you can go to our YouTube channel and watch all the testimonies of probably over 100 testimonies we have recorded now of just the sample of people we put on the stage. Go and pick where you want to be in the spectrum. Maybe you don't want 50,000 rand a month. Maybe you only want 5,000 rand a month. That's fine. We've got people earning 5,000 rand. We've got people earning 10,000 rand. We've got people earning 800 rand. And we've got people earning 100,000 rand. you pick where you want to be in the scale. You decide what you want to do with the DuePoint tool. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is DuePoint, top to bottom. You need to make a decision today of whether you want to start a different process in your life. If you do want to become a wealth engineer with us, it's very simple. You go to our website, DuePoint.net. You click the Join and Apply button. You fill out the form. Less than 3 minutes later, you are a wealth engineer with us. No money having parted from your hands. And this afternoon, you can start building your wealth with us. This afternoon. If you're serious, get the tools. They don't make me money, they make you money. Get the USB stick if you struggle with the cost of data. Get the backup battery if your phone keeps dying. Get the business cards if you struggle to connect people. We've got pins, we've got caps, we've got notepads and notebooks and all sorts of stuff you can get to start the conversation with people. Go and get them. They're all in the glass cabinet outside there. You can order them, folks, from our client service team if you want them delivered to you. Get the tools. We're alive and kicking on Facebook, guys. I've been sort of surprised by how I talk to people and they go, yes, I'm following you on Facebook. I look at it on Sunday evenings once a week. Folks, you kill me when you say that. We are live every day on Facebook. There is new content out there every day. Go to our Facebook site. Follow it. Love it. Don't like it. You like pages that sell shoes. Pages that create wealth, you love. Go there and love it. Follow us and see what we put out there every single day. There's some powerful, powerful stuff there. Go to our YouTube channel. It's where all our content is, and subscribe. It's free to subscribe. Then you know when we're live every day. It'll ping up on your phone. You can just click the button and bang, you're live with anyone around you. Anything with a pulse, you can show them the video. We're trying to get to all 55 million South Africans. And then, guys, download our free app. Everything is free at DuePoint. Download the free app right now, today. You cannot do this business without this app on your phone. Download it, put it on there, and get building your wealth now. On your app, you'll find your training too. Bottom right-hand corner, you click Tools. The training is in order. Start at the top and work your way down, and you'll learn how to do this business. All right, guys, we teach you here too how to become proper, successful wealth engineers. We do it through our XP Rewards training program. It is the second way we create wealth for you as well. As you become more experienced, as you work through this program, we give you what is called XP points, experience points. Experience points are there to measure your maturity in our system. As you gain experience, naturally, your channel is going to start growing. Where you meet the two criteria of XP and qualified channel size, we rank you up. So as your channel grows, as you get more experience, we rank you up in this training program. And when we rank you up, we reward you. In the beginning, it's a little bit of cash. As you get more serious, your channels get bigger, you get more cash. Serious cash in our training program. And then when you reach about rank 5, we start to give you tools that are going to help you grow this channel. At rank 5, it's an imported lightning memory stick, plugs into every single electronic device in South Africa, and it is jam-packed with everything you need to connect people to DuePoint. At rank 7, you get a 12,500 Rand set of imported business cards, gold-gilded, custom-made for you. There are no other gold-gilded business cards in South Africa. You will be one of the few that has a set, and it makes connecting people to DuePoint a lot easier. Then at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, what was the channel size you needed for rank 9? 1,000. As long as you maintain your 1,000 paid products every year that you do for the rest of your life, we take you away on a 5-star holiday with your family, business class, all expenses paid. All expenses paid. No T's and C's, no funny hiddens. This is for you, for the hard work you've done in getting to rank 9. Remember I told you rank 9, you're already earning 20 to 30,000 Rand a month, so you can afford your own trip to Mauritius if you want it. It's 360,000 Rand a year. But we take you anyway, because you've put the time in, you've put the energy in, and you've persisted where others have given up. And we take you here. And when you do get to rank 9, your holidays in December look like this. Did you notice the lack of internet stock footage there? Real footage, because we go every year. We're going this year, 8th of December. We've got a number of rank 9s with us here this morning, so you can go and ask them if you'd like what it's like to be 5-star, business class, all expenses paid. Every year. Well, you're going to get there in 5 minutes. We get a lot of people who go, no, I'm joining DuePoint because I'm going on the next Mauritius trip. It's on the 8th of December, you're not going to make it. If you do 2 people a month, it's going to take you 19 months to get there. It will take you 19 months, 2 years. You won't go on this one, you won't go on the next one. But you'll go on the next one after that, if you keep going. If you join DuePoint to go on Mauritius holidays, you've failed to understand what we do here. What we do here is we create wealth. We don't take people on holiday. There's another company that I think does that. You have to get into a big pool full of Americans, but we don't do that here. This is a reward for those who work hard for a long, long time. But you can get there faster too. What did we see? Donnie got there in 16 months. Patrick and Pumi got there in 11 months. Record to rank 9 is 5 months, this chap here. 5 months. So you can get there faster. That's up to you. But if you're busy, like the rest of us, can only do 2 people a month, it's going to take you 19 months on average to get there. But if you persevere beyond rank 9, well, then you get eventually to rank 11. At rank 11, we give you your own car. It is not branded. It's not financed from us. It's not rented from us. We don't give it to you and then take it away. It's your car. And we give it to you so that you can build your freedoms here at DuePoint. More than just financial. Time and mental as well with us. This is about changing everything about the way South Africans live. That's 11 ranks out of the 28 currently mapped ranks in our system. That's the first third of our training program. What comes in the second 2/3? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be showcasing DuePoint around the country for the next 90 days, starting Saturday next week. We're down in Durban. I'm looking forward to seeing you. I'll be there at about 12 o'clock on that day. Please book your tickets now. We're over 200 people booked already for that event. We're running out of seats. You are going to have to book them ASAP right now. The tickets are free as usual, but get them in now before you lose a seat at this event. Remember, it is not an introduction presentation. It is a showcase, so it's perfect for both guests and wealth engineers, but it's not an intro. And guys, the normal intro will happen that morning. In fact, Rob is live at 9 o'clock next week, Saturday morning, with a dev seminar for September. It's going to be an awesome one as well. You know Robbie's great at that sort of stuff. So make sure you tune in at 9 o'clock with your guys. Tune in again at 10 o'clock, and then come to the venue at 12 o'clock, and I will see you guys there for our showcase. That's the first one we're doing. 2 weeks later, we're in Port Elizabeth, then Bloem, then Nelspruit, then Cape Town. Have you booked your tickets? All of the events are on our website and on your phone app right now. Make sure your tickets are booked. I want these to be sold out events. We want to set South Africa on fire with DuePoint. Guys, at 11:30 today, we are launching a brand new thing called Launch Workshops. They are for people who want to create wealth quickly with us at DuePoint. They are there to find the best of the best wealth engineers and for me to be able to identify and to work with them. Everyone is welcome, but understand that it is a training session on how to create wealth quickly here. It is not a training session on how to kind of trickle along. So if you want to join us to be able to create wealth quickly, I would like to see you all back here. Those of you who are here now, come back at 11:30. And for you, those of you watching us live, of course this broadcast will end, but a new one will begin at 11:30. Gather your team and guests back up again, tune back in at 11:30, and come and join me here at our very first launch workshop. These workshops will happen every Saturday going forward at 11:30 as usual. So make sure you tune in wherever you are, and make sure you attend here with your guests and wealth engineers. 11:30, I'm going to see you back here. Guys, I think you can see that we're dead serious about what we're doing here at DuePoint. This is not like one of these other things you've seen. You might have noticed the lack of fireworks, loud music, and flamboyant people in Rolls Royces and Ferraris. No, here what we're about is genuine, permanent wealth. And we're going to do it over time, and we're going to do it with every South African. If you want to become a wealth engineer this morning, or you have questions and concerns, no problem. Come and talk to us afterwards. Call our client service team, or talk to the person who connected you this morning. But let's not have any of you walk out of here this morning without this tool in your hands. It's not going to cost you anything. What it is going to cost you is your time. Pick the tool up and start spending time on that tool this afternoon. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you all outside, and thanks for you who've tuned in. We'll see you at 11:30.